What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right. First of all, I want to give a shout out to everybody in the LDDC that has talked about this situation. I've talked about it on the Patreon, but I haven't talked about it on YouTube. Now, let's just do a brief timeline of the situation. About 2.5 weeks ago, Kobe Bryant, the legendary basketball player, his 13-year-old daughter, and 7 other unfortunate individuals perished in a helicopter crash in California. And it's a tragedy that, when it comes to celebrity deaths, ranks up there with some of the most tragic in history. I mean, it's just right up there with Princess Diana, um, the day the music died with Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper back in 1959. Um, you know, it's tragic not only in the fact that these are globally known celebrities, but the fact that they're just the senselessness in which they died. Um, but anyway, there was a massive outpouring of grief and sympathy and emotion. Afterward, passions are high, tension is high toward any criticism put out there because toward Kobe, because there's been a lot of parasites in the media, and a lot of parasites out there in general who are taking this opportunity to make it about them and their hangups, all right, and their hatreds. And I'll bring it up cases, or a case, excuse me, that has long since been debunked, okay? And a lot of people out there are doing what they do best, which is to slander an African American male um, after they have become deceased, all right? They did it with Michael Jackson. They tried to do it with Prince to an extent. They tried to turn Prince from a very healthy, drug-free individual to try to make him a addict. But that's what they do. They did it successfully with Bill Cosby to an extent, um, and they tried to do it with Kobe Bryant. But social media. A lot of Kobe Bryant's fans are media savvy. They're younger. They're very passionate, and they won't have that shit. And one of the leaders in the celebrity community was Snoop Dogg. And there was a recent interview, of course, where Gayle King was interviewing Lisa Leslie, who was a friend of Kobe Bryant's, and she tried to sneak in a question there where she brought up the rape allegations, which, like I said, have long been debunked. It was only one individual, all right? Even the girl's friends were going to testify against her and say that she was lying before the case was dropped. But Lisa Leslie shot that down, said that Kobe Bryant, in her presence, never displayed any type of womanizing behavior, unlike some other friends of hers who are basketball players who've never been accused of rape but love women and sleep around. So Gayle King got a lot of fallback for that. Snoop Dogg was visibly angry in a video rant toward her. Um, maybe he could have talked a little different, but Snoop is Snoop. Snoop was raw with the passion. He was angry. He was frustrated. He was getting tired of all these people attacking Kobe. All right. But here comes Susan Rice out of nowhere. Okay. Susan Rice, a former government official with the Obama administration. And she actually did threaten Snoop. A lot of people accuse Snoop of threatening Gayle King. Susan Rice literally threatened Snoop. So Snoop comes back, apologizes to an extent, and then he comes back, I guess after feeling some type of pressure, and he gives a formal apology. And my thing is, I know there's a lot of people out there that said Snoop caved in, he's a coward, blah, 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 blah. Look, first of all, this is my opinion, but at least Snoop stepped up, okay? How many celebrities really stepped up and put their necks on the line for Kobe? Most of them were quiet as kept, or some of them, especially those in the media, journalistic media, actually took it as opportunity. And I'm talking about those who look like us, actually took it upon themselves to take swipes at Kobe. Okay, Snoop actually went out there and stood up for Kobe. But this is what I think a lot of people don't understand about life or how the game is played. Um, First of all, th- what they basically did is what they always do. They flipped the situation to make it not about what it was originally about, but to make it, especially when a black person is involved, a black male, they make it about the black male or the black person. But in this situation, the black male, and they make him an antagonist, as they usually do. Okay, they made it about Snoop displaying anger on camera toward another person. You know what I'm saying? We're the only group in America that's never allowed to display their anger or bitterness or frustration. We can't do it. To give you a case in point, Barack Obama, from the time I've observed him as president, I've only seen him display his anger twice. Once when he uh, berated those police officers that arrested that Cambridge professor who's black, when it was a case of being black in the wrong place. He couldn't get into his own apartment, and a neighbor erroneously reported that a black person was trying to break into an apartment. It was his own apartment. He got arrested, and it went viral. And Barack Obama angrily said that the police acted stupidly. He had to fucking apologize for something that was a fact. Then I remember when he was running for re-election, and it was one of the debates with Mitt Romney, and it got chippy. It got very terse between Romney and Obama displayed his anger. And after the debate, they interviewed some of the members in the audience were white women, and they said, "Oh, I thought they were getting ready to fight. Why? How many times have you seen two white guys or two white people debate and go at it? But for some reason, there's a black guy involved. You see that face was not smiling, and it's a threat to you." But anyway, I bring these points up because that's pretty much what it's about, man. They took that opportunity to make it about Snoop, and Oprah was the ringleader in that shit, where her fake ass crocodile tears. Oh, Gail can't sleep at night, and oh, Gail, Gail, she's getting death threats and all this type of shit. I'm like, whatever, man. And then Susan Rice. Let me tell you something else too. I wouldn't be surprised if Oprah, Gayle King, and Susan Rice haven't all ate each other out. Don't they look like lesbians? I mean, we already heard about the rumors with Gayle King and Oprah that they're pretty much like bisexual, like lesbians and shit. But I've always had the impression that Susan Rice looked like a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always had the feeling like the dude that she married, he's just a beard. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, a beard is possibly a gay man that's married for, just for appearances. You know what I'm saying? Just to look normal, but behind closed doors, man, he could be a fucking fruit. And she could be. I don't even want to go into detail about that, but that's just something. That's just an observation of mine. But people gotta remember this about Susan Rice, though. Whatever her personal life is about, she was the national security advisor in the Obama administration. And to give you a brief rundown about that position, Colin Powell was a national security advisor. Uh, who else? Oh, Henry Kissinger, before he became Secretary of State, was a national security advisor in the Nixon administration. And to give you an example of how powerful he was the only major figure in the Nixon administration who didn't have to resign because of Watergate. You know what I'm saying? Condoleezza Rice was a national security advisor before she became Secretary of State in the Bush administration. Um, do y'all ever watch that show called Morning Joe? All right, with Mika Brzezinski. Her father was a national security advisor under Jimmy Carter. So that position is extraordinarily powerful. And even when you get out of office, you still have contacts, you still have connections to very powerful people. All right. One thing that no matter how much of a gangster you are, all right, whether you fucking Al Capone, whether you're fucking Lucky Luciano, you know what I'm saying, no matter who the fuck you are in the mafia, or if you're just a gangster, you cannot fuck with the government. All right. As powerful as Pablo Escobar was, who was it that took him down? Who helped to take him down? A coalition led by the United States government. Okay? So that should put into perspective how powerful. Like I see some people say shit like in the comment section, oh man, she can't fuck with Snoop's army. Man, you ain't got no motherfucking idea. No motherfucking idea whatsoever. Like I said, the United States government took down Pablo Escobar. Do you not think that, and I'm not saying they would go after Snoop's life, but you got to remember some shit. Snoop got away, well, I'm not saying he got away, but Snoop kind of has how can I say this? Snoop is a very popular figure. But it's very well known that Snoop likes ganja, okay? Snoop has beat a murder rap. Would you really want the government digging into his past and digging into him on a day-by-day basis and bringing up old shit and making it, like I said, Mika Brzezinski is part of the media. She has government connections. Do you get where I'm going at with this? Like Joe Scarborough on Morning Joe, he used to be a congressman, all right? If I'm not mistaken, years ago, there was a dead body discovered in his office, all right? The corpse had a fractured skull. The coroner declared death ruled a heart attack. So I'm trying to give you a picture about some of these people that's in the government. All right, both of them are a couple. All right, both of them are good friends with the Reverend Al Sharpton, who also has a show on MSNBC. So you get where I'm going with this. All right, they could make Snoop's life a living hell. So I don't necessarily blame Snoop. I'm disappointed that he had to apologize. But at the end of the day, this man has a family. This man has children. Okay? So I understand why Snoop had to do what he had to do. But it's just further evidence of America is not our house. You know what I'm saying? We don't run shit here. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That even a person as rich as powerful as Snoop Dogg has to bow down. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, at least he spoke up because a lot of people didn't say shit. A lot of them had not on Snoop's level at least. A lot of them, most of them didn't say anything. All right. So with that, Snoop will always have my ever enduring respect. You know what I'm saying? To those who will say, "Oh, fuck that," He bowed down. Then you take your ass up. You put your ass on camera, okay, and you speak your outrage. You put yourself on a forum where millions are watching you, including people that came out to Snoop. You put your ass on a video so millions of people can see you. They know your government. All right, everybody knows Snoop's government. All right, can't hide behind no moniker. Put your government out there, and you go out there and talk shit. All right, and you deal with the fallback. Okay, you have people threatening your family. You have people calling you. You have people who you think are following you. You have people that's digging into your past. You have people that help you lose your job. Okay, you have people that ruin your reputation. You deal with the fallout. Okay, instead of sitting behind your fucking computer and being Mr. Billy Badass, being the hardest nigga in the world. And anyway, we lose the focus of what the real problem is anyway. The real problem is the disrespect of the media toward Kobe Bryant. That's what the real problem in the situation lie in my opinion. All right, that's what we need to focus on. In all honesty, all of this shit is just was a diversion from the real problem, and that is we got to counter and put a halt to people disrespecting the legacy of Kobe Bryant because this man was an exemplary person. Just aside from his excellence on the basketball court, as a person, Kobe Bryant seemed to be a very good person. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he was just entering what would have been the prime years of his life. Okay, he was just entering the prime years of his life. He was just starting to open up as a person. This man won an Oscar. Okay, this man was going to be an entrepreneur. Well, he already was an entrepreneur, but he was going to be on another level. He was expanding, and fate just took him away like that, just in an instant. Um, and his daughter. His daughter didn't even get a chance at life at just 13 years of age. So we all have to, uh, at this moment, still reflect on his life, and we also have to focus on Vanessa at this time, man. She's really, from what I've read, man, she's really going through it right now. So that's the people who we got to focus on, and the families of all the people who lost loved ones in that tragedy. Those are the ones we got to focus on at this time. But tell me what you guys think.